Developing now, you can see it, you can smell it, and in many communities across western Washington, you can feel it. Wildfire smoke is once again lowering air quality, and tonight an air quality alert is in effect for parts of the region, and it's prompting health concerns for millions of people. Good evening, I'm Preston Phillips.
And I'm Molly Shen. Hot, stagnant weather is trapping that smoke from northern Washington and British Columbia right here in western Washington. Taking live looks all around the Puget Sound area right now, it has become an all too familiar scene in the summer. You can see the smoke settling in, replacing blue skies with that grayish brown haze.
This is a live look at the Washington State Department of Ecology's air quality map. You can see the air quality ranges from moderate here in western Washington to unhealthy in parts of eastern Washington and hazardous in the Wenatchee area with an air quality index in the 300s. Tonight we have team coverage. Chief Meteorologist Shannon O'Donnell and Nico Tamurian are standing by.
But we begin with meteorologist Stella Sun with a look at the conditions in North Bend. She joins us live from Issaquah tonight. Stella.
Yeah, we actually had to move to the Issaquah Highlands area just because the smoke in the North Bend area, it was making me cough, it was irritating my lungs, so we felt it was safer to be here in Issaquah. You can see that haze over the horizon, the air quality unhealthy here right now. And even when we were in North Bend just hours ago, we spoke with people from all walks of life who say they were feeling the effects. The KOMO 4 drone shows the haze over the horizon in North Bend. Wildfire smoke, it can irritate the eyes, nose, throat, and lungs. It's hazardous to breathe because it contains tiny particulate matter that can lodge deep into the lungs and even enter the bloodstream. Smoke combined with rising temperatures, that adds extra stress to the body.
It just feels like it makes it worse just because, like, the hot air, the way it makes you feel, it just, the combination just almost seems like it's more intense.
Hot weather can increase the risk of dehydration and other heat-related illnesses. Staying inside, closing windows, using air filters or air conditioning if you have it are some ways to reduce your exposure. And you want to make sure that you're checking some of your outdoor event schedules. We know that the Bellevue Police Department, they canceled their 2026 National Night Out. Seattle Parks and Rec have also canceled a number of outdoor events, all because of this terrible air quality. We're live here in Issaquah. Stella Sun, KOMO News.
Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Shannon O'Donnell now on this KOMO Weather Warn Day. Shannon, you're tracking all that smoke, but also the wildfires that are adding to it all.
Yeah, and they just keep pumping out an additional round of smoke every hour that goes by. So it continues to fill up both the Columbia Basin and the Puget Sound Basin as we speak. The days with the worst air quality will be today and tomorrow. The air will start to improve little by little into Thursday and Friday, but even then it doesn't get all the way back to normal. It's going to be a very slow go trying to push the heat and the smoke out of here late this week. North Bend, pretty close to where Stella was. You can see that we can't see great. Mount Si there definitely disappearing on the horizon as that smoke really settles in to East King County. And it is so much worse east of the Cascades. Look at Campbell's Resort there at Lake Chelan, where the smoke has just been terrible again going into this work week. Several fires, in fact, over a dozen burning just in the state of Washington. But the big contributor to our smoke here in Puget Sound is the Little Giant Fire, which has grown by nearly 10,000 additional acres just since yesterday. The winds are northeasterly for us, so they're pulling that smoke right over the Cascade Crest and into Puget Sound. This is how the smoke looks right now. Let's put that smoke model into motion, see if we can improve things a little bit tomorrow. Well, maybe a bit with some of the smoke getting pushed up closer to the Cascade foothills. By Thursday, there's a little bit of onshore flow. That should improve the air quality for those of us west of the Cascades, definitely noticeably as we head into Thursday afternoon and into that next 36-hour time frame into the weekend. Until then, the air quality alert is in place for those of us west of the Cascades through at least Thursday. Eastern Washington, it will go on and on deep into the weekend. And on top of that, we have a heat advisory now as well. Temperatures getting even warmer, 80s to low 90s around Puget Sound through Thursday afternoon. So that heat continuing to be an issue along with the poor air quality. Forecast for tomorrow, temperatures coming up, that smoke not going anywhere. I think Wednesday will probably be the worst of both in concert here around the Puget Sound Basin. 92 in Shelton, 93 tomorrow in Olympia. Hot and hazy as we head into our Wednesday afternoon. Again, by the end of the week, it gets a little bit better. We'll check on that forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes.
All right, thanks, Shannon. While the skies are hazy, health officials say this is nowhere near the smoke event Western Washington experienced in September of 2020. Dense smoke settled at ground level for days, pushing air quality into the very unhealthy and hazardous categories. At the time, the Mariners drew criticism for playing a doubleheader in heavy smoke with an air quality index over 200. After that, the team's next two home series were moved to San Francisco and San Diego. Meantime, less than 3 weeks ago, smoke conditions in Cleveland forced Major League Baseball to postpone tonight's baseball game between the Guardians and Pittsburgh Pirates. The air quality index was 203 when the game was postponed, which is deemed to be very unhealthy and hazardous.
Tonight's game with the Mariners and Detroit Tigers is going on without any adjustments, but the team is certainly aware of the situation. KOMO Sports Director Nico Tamurian just spoke with manager Dan Wilson about how the M's are handling this poor air quality. Nico.
Well, hey there, Maui, and you heard what Preston said about that game with the Guardians being postponed. Major League Baseball doesn't exactly have a threshold when it comes to these sorts of things. Teams work out with their own local officials what's the best idea. Now, for this game here in Soto tonight, where it's maybe moderate air quality, you look around, it feels fine, at least at first glance, but I'll tell you what, it's going to go off without a hitch because of that. And the only adjustment really is with the Mariners lineup, with two new players, or at least one returning player in Brendan Donovan, and the newly acquired Taylor Ward in the lineup for the Mariners. So this is an exciting game when you look at it with this perspective that the Mariners have some new faces in there, so it's kind of a good thing that it's going off without a hitch in that way. Now, if you're wondering, moving forward in this series, obviously this is a big game for the M's, trying to forge their own new win streak, but part of preparing to beat the Tigers is preparing for everything from the scouting report to the weather report. It's something Dan Wilson told me is all part of the game. He's obviously thinking of others who have it much worse than us here in Western Washington, all while getting a new look team ready to play even in adverse conditions.
First, just want to, just keep it in context, and people in Spokane, obviously, dealing with a lot tougher than just smoke, and our thoughts are with them for sure. But baseball's a game of adjustments, and sometimes the weather, you have to make an adjustment, whether it's wind or rain, whatever it is. In this case, smoke, and I think it's something that these guys will be able to adjust to pretty quickly.
So there you go, and I want to reiterate, there is no threshold for Major League Baseball to say, oh, if it hits 200 or 300 the air quality index, the game will be postponed or moved. But once you get past that 200 range, yeah, that's when games could be moved, and what that happens here in Seattle remains to be seen, but it could be moving it to later in the calendar or even a better time of day as far as the air quality is concerned. Now, the first pitch tonight is set for 6:40 rather. It's going to be a fun one with so much new here at T-Mobile Park. We'll hear from those newcomer players on KOMO News at 6 o'clock. Right now, live here with the Mariners at T-Mobile Park, Nico Tamurian, KOMO Sports.
The man accused of starting the Old Trails fire in Spokane had his bond set at $1 million. 37-year-old Aaron Farinacci made his first court appearance this afternoon. He was just arrested yesterday on suspicion of arson.
A witness, a citizen, very good citizen, noticed a male standing on the side of the road looking into the trees as he was going to pick somebody up. About 10 minutes later, as he was coming back through the area, he noticed the male was bending down near some grass.
Farinacci is due back in court on Thursday for an arraignment. He is prohibited from having access to lighters or other fire-starting equipment. Farinacci has a previous manslaughter conviction in Arizona for killing his father in 2012. He was released from prison in 2020.
Meanwhile, gusty wind and dry conditions are fanning the flames in Spokane. Right now, all three fires there are burning out of control. The federal government has approved Washington's request for an emergency declaration, unlocking federal assistance. KOMO's Kelly Koopmans joins me now with the very latest. Kelly?
Preston, firefighters are racing to contain that trio of infernos that left a trail of destruction, torching 10,000 acres as of today. We are 3 days into this disaster now. More than 700 structures have been destroyed. Tens of thousands of residents are displaced. The Autumn Lane fire, one of the three burning in the area, grew by more than 200 acres since Sunday night. Crews say some of that growth happened because firefighting aircraft had to be grounded as civilian drones flew into FAA-restricted airspace. Those flames leaving apocalyptic scenes in what used to be neighborhoods as nearly 70,000 people remain evacuated.
It's like bombs went off because the houses are just in ashes.
I feel lost. Every memory of my children are down there. Every memory of my grandchildren are down there. I just feel empty. I can't even say I feel hurt.
Exhausted fire crews are pushing to gain ground against the flames before those temperatures climb back into the 90s later this week. As of tonight, that air is thick with smoke and considered unhealthy for people who are in the area. And Preston, amid all the devastation, everyone is accounted for. There are no reports of serious injuries or any deaths. The investigation into how those other 2 fires started is still under investigation.
Okay, thanks, Kelly. And that brings us to our Pulse Poll tonight. You can scan the QR code there on your screen to answer this question. Tonight, we're asking, which factor do you think contributes most to the spread of wildfires? This is a live look at the results. And you can see kind of a mixed bag here. 39% say forest management, 32% dry weather and drought, 27% human activities, only 2% low firefighting resources. Again, if you'd like to weigh in, just scan the QR code there on your screen. That'll take you directly to the story on KOMOnews.com. Thousands of people in eastern Washington have been forced from their homes by the Spokane area wildfires. The American Red Cross is providing shelter, meals, and support to families who need it most. If you'd like to help, you can scan the QR code there on your screen. That'll take you directly to the Red Cross.
Stay ahead of the wildfires on KOMOnews.com. You can scan this QR code for a live air quality monitor, the latest wildfire details, road closures and evacuations, plus a photo gallery from the fire lines and the communities impacted.